Throughout history, there have been various moments that have tried to change the way we see social constructions, which, in addition to being relevant, were necessary, but many times we didn't know what we needed. And for that reason, we avoid them. We can talk about the feminist movement that has been present since the last century, but has been a reality since much longer. The BLM, the Black Lives Matter movement, is also mentioned, but it is a war that had existed from centuries. Even the xenophobia raised by American supremacists against Mexicans. We don't have to go any further, so we can go to the rights and visibility of the LGBT community. And so we can continue and continue with hundreds of movements for a more equitable world without social difference. And it is that there are different ways in which we can propose a growth of them, going from the use of human feelings to emphasize, for example, the use of analogies of how many times if we put aside our adult prejudice and begin to think like a children, the things totally change. There is also thinking about the way rather than a what, that we should look for a why. The great social leaders see beyond it because they want to change something and not only say that they want to change, but be clear about how. In addition, the example of Martin Luther King teaches that many times a movement needs a strong voice to represent an entire race, a dream that identifies everyone. But for this, we also have disadvantage, and one of the most used is ad hominem, or the fallacia ad hominem, which refers to when we invalidate an argument or a movement only because the people who represent the movement, and not because of the idea itself. And that is that by doing that, we base ourselves on human imperfection and not on the perfection of the idea or the concept of the idea. Even when using media manipulation methods such as attention diversion or smoke screens, all these also uh, make it really more difficult the movement or the process. For this, it is necessary that there are global citizens, that although we have social constructions because it is impossible not to have them, but there is a broader and more open judgment where all the characters or the people and their ideas enter based on a system of respect and equality, and more in a world full of diversity where every time the idea of race or ethnic groups, the difference between people, I don't know, is disappearing to become like just one society and one group of people.